Hey everyone, it's Monica back on here to share another dream from Jesus that I had last night. Give you a little build up to it. We were praying for our family, how we do every single night before we go to sleep. And I began to pretty much pray myself to sleep with everything else going on in the world. And I had a very long dream, but I can only remember bits and pieces of it. So it starts off, Maverick wanted to go to my mom's house, which lives across the street at the moment. And all of a sudden, I'm going to be reading now, so it's all wrote down. I wrote it, typed it up because I could forget, So my face is real lit up right now. You can probably see every wrinkle. Just ignore it. Maverick wanted to go play at my mom's, so I walked him over there. And when I started back home, I saw one of my daughter's friends, which does not live on this road and does not have any kids. But in this dream, she was living at the house at the dead end of our road. And that could symbolize something as well, maybe like a dead end. But in this dream, she had a little girl that was about 1 year old, and when she saw me, her spirit lit up and she started running towards me. And so I pick her up and I send her back home to Raina, and all of a sudden it started flooding. Water started coming upward from the ground, just like my dream I had before July 4th. Water started coming up from the ground level. It was not raining. And that's the last I seen of Raina and her little girl in the dream. I was then so worried about Maverick, and I wanted to run back to my mom's to get him because this water was coming up fast. We have life jackets at our house. We're prepared for stuff like this. My mom is not. So I wanted to get back to Maverick, but the waters had separated us. The deep waters were on the roads mainly. And so that's where Raina and her little girl were. They were at the dead end road, and the road is what separated my house from my mother's house, and I could not get back to Maverick. And so I just began crying out loud to Jesus, and praying out loud to Jesus. Jesus Christ, please keep Maverick safe. Please keep my mom calm enough to handle the situation, to keep Maverick safe, to keep him calmed down. He has this condition he gets from me. We have food allergies, and so we have, it's mainly the yeast allergy that does it. But when we get hot on the inside of our body, it feels like you're suffocating from the inside out, and you automatically start having an asthma attack. And if you can't cool down fast enough, you'll start throwing up. And then if you can't calm down, you will pass out. It has happened to me. It has happened to Caitlin, and I'm preventing it from happening to Maverick. But he has that same condition like we do. And so I was praying for Mom to keep him calm and keep him safe. And I was walking from car window to car window because all the vehicles that were on the road were flooding. They could not get out. They couldn't get out of the water with their vehicle. They had to get out of their vehicles and walk to where they needed to be. Well, so I'm walking from car window to car window, giving people directions because for some reason nobody could use their cell phone. I didn't even have my cell phone on me because I was literally walking across the road to Maverick, to drop Maverick off at Mom's. So I had no cell phone on me. But all these people, like, maybe the grid got damaged and nobody's phones were working from the water rising. I'm not sure, but I had to direct everybody where they needed to go. I used to work for the county appraisal district for 8 years for 2 different counties. And so I know all the back roads around here from working with the GPS and the maps and the blueprints and aerials and in the PAC system for the appraisal district. So it's like I was still working for them, but I wasn't. But I had all this knowledge from working there. I was having to share this knowledge with each individual to get them where they needed to go safely without their vehicles. And my husband was at work in this dream. Excuse me. But other people I don't have any relationship with were there to help me. It was people that I know of, but I've never physically talked to. Tom from the Watchman River channel on YouTube platform, he was there. He was helping. And the only time I've reached out to him is when my husband and I felt led to give to that ministry. Other than that, like, and I haven't even really watched him on a daily basis since we gave to him, just because I've been so busy. So it's not like he was in my mind, because I haven't even watched his videos in a while. But he was in my dream watching people. Helping people. Directing vehicles where they need to go. And then there was this lady that I know from my bank. She's a Pentecostal. And I don't think she even works at my bank anymore, but she's my sister's age. And I'm not even sure what her name is. But her mother was in my dream. We used to go to church together at Calvary. And her mother is also a Pentecostal, but had her hair all done up, not messy like this, but it was all done up. And she had this plate of food, this food dish, and she was holding it up high in the air as she was passing all these cars. And it didn't look like anybody was trying to get the food dish, but I think she was just trying to help people in need in this dire situation. And I'm not sure what that symbolizes. But there, at this time, cars had people inside, and they were starting to topple over and float. And people, you could hear people screaming inside their vehicles because there was nowhere to go unless they wanted to get out of their vehicle. And by then, cars were piling up by the rising waters. There was no rain, okay? It was water rising from the ground. Like God says, there is waters under the earth and even above the earth. We are in a firmament, okay? If I said that right. If I didn't, forgive me. But next I noticed planes coming over us. And I'm going to call them UFOs, or UAPs, as the government likes to say. These UFOs were shooting lasers at them and vaporizing the aircraft. They were exploding, but there was no parts to go anywhere to fall. It vaporized them. And I knew those were the sons of God, little g. But the sons of God that they talk about in the Bible, it's the fallen angels, people. It's not really aliens like we like to call them. They're fallen angels. They're wicked sons of God. And hell was meant for them. Hell was made for them. Okay? So, at this point, my dream ended and I woke up. But I'm here to tell you, it's not over. Okay? And it may sound crazy, but when we go up in the rapture, guys, these fallen angels are gonna come down, and they will try to deceive the world even more. So, pray about this. Take this to God. Take this to Jesus Christ. He's the one that can tell you, you know, if you should be worried about this, if it even pertains to you, if it's going to hit your area. I'm just like a watchman on the river, like Tom, watchman on the river. And I'm here to warn people and wake people up in the last hour. In the last hour, Acts 2:17, people, God would not be giving me these dreams if he did not want me to share them. And in Acts 2:17, it says, in the end times, God will pour out his spirit upon men and women. Okay, not just old men and boys. No, we were made of man. We were made of the rib cage of a man. We are included in that. Us women are included in that. And, you know, I'm just here to help educate with wisdom and knowledge from the Bible. And I want y'all to know Jesus is always near. Have no fear. He is always near. We love y'all, but Jesus loves y'all more. Bye.